All right, what's up, everyone? It's the South China Morning Post SCMP Martial Arts in the house. Nick and John here. What's up, JHK? It's been a while since I've seen you, maybe a couple of weeks. You're in Phuket now. How's it going over there? I know you're coming over to Bangkok again on Friday, like myself. But how's the last couple of weeks treated you on the island?
Oh, it's good, man. It's a rainy season, but it hasn't really rained too much since I've been here. So it's been good weather. But it didn't really matter because, with my leg, I can't really go out and do things. So it's not.
Give us a leg
But I'm
update.
getting work
What's
done. You
going
know what I
on?
mean? That's what's a good thing. I'm getting work done.
Getting work done, but the leg is healing up. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm
The
hoping you're
leg
ready
seems like
for
it's
some
healing.
Friday fights, action, and you're going to be mobile,
Oh,
hopping back and
definitely.
forth. All
Definitely.
right.
I'll be howling around like a
Okay,
like
okay.
a hobbit.
Okay, Hobbit. All right, well, we're going to try and keep this one today to an hour, action packed hour. A lot to talk about. So much happened in the last week. It's crazy. And so much coming up in the next couple of days as well. It's crazy. Uh, I guess, we have to start on a very sad note. Tragic news came out last Friday. Death of one championship referee, Paopom Watcharin. I didn't know him at all. I seen him around, but I know a lot of one championship officials, and he is absolutely beloved by all of them. And this was really hard news for them. Really hard, John, just for everyone connected with one championship. You and I were there a couple of weeks ago. We watched him referee Superbond's knockout of Tafon. He was also the referee for Amber Kitchen's fight against Martin Micheletto. Crazy to see someone like that, and then you hear this news, right? How did you react when you saw this?
I was just like, whoa, crazy. Yeah, it's wild that you just saw somebody a couple of days ago, and then they're gone like that. What was the what was the story on that? Like, what exactly happened? Is there any details? Do you know?
Well, all I can go off is the Thai media reports, which said, that he's found dead at his home on Friday night. He didn't turn up for Friday fights 21, which was last week, and the Thai media. This is literally all I'm going off. Said that they found a gun there and they believed he shot himself. So I'm going off the Thai reports, but it's really sad. Um, Everything that happened. He was a
Yeah,
very good referee. You know what I mean? He was the only Thai referee in one championship in terms of the main events. He was excellent at what he did, and everyone who I spoke to after said he was an incredible ref, an incredible guy. It knocked everyone for six, man. It was horrible news to hear. I mean, we saw, didn't we, John, against Superbon and Tayfun. He didn't catch Tayfun, but he was one of those refs. It's a traditional Muay Thai ref, like dives down to save people when they get knocked out. It's just sad, isn't it, when you see this kind of thing happen? It's so hard to describe. I know that a lot of people, we're going to see them in a couple of days, and the mood is going to be tough because this is the first show since it happened. It's going to be a tough one to take, isn't it?
definitely, man. A lot of tragedy, you know, happening in one recently, right? With this type of stuff, so it sucks. But anyways, hey, man, I just hope like his family gets taken care of somehow, some way.
I hope so too. I hope so too. I mean, One Championship put out a nice statement on their Thai page, and Chatri paid tribute to him. Uh, there was a lot of accolades. He was only 34 years old. He achieved a lot. All the referees I know all speak so highly of him. All the judges I know, the backstage officials, all loved him. They say it's like losing a member of the family, right? It's been a tough year, hasn't it? In terms of one championship, we had the death of Victoria Lee, and now this. It's been a rough time, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know what else we can say, John. Sorry, I'm throwing it back to you, but I don't know. Don't know what question to ask you or anything. Yeah, what how would you sum up from what you saw of him? A brilliant referee is all I can say. I didn't know the man personally.
Yeah, he's let the work speak for itself, right? What he did inside the ring, he was good at what he did, man. But he just must have had something outside that some demons, man, and it just couldn't. Got the best of him, which sucks. Yeah, I just, like anything else, man. You just gotta move forward. Not dwell on it too much, man. Don't let it get you down. You gotta move on with your life.
Yeah, I hope that One Championship can pay a better tribute than us tomorrow or on Friday. Sorry, in a couple of days' time, and I'm sure they will. Some comments here from the chat. Extremely sad news. Awesome caring ref, says Ernesto. A lot of people when we wrote the story were saying he was a great ref. Um, but anyway, yes, R.I.P. says Dark Side. Ref Palm, such a great ref, says Power Pickle. But look, let's like you said, John, we got to keep going. So a lot of other news this week. I'm hoping that one can pay a better tribute than we can. Just wanted to start the show by paying our respects. I didn't know him, like I said. I've seen him around a lot of shows the last 6, 7 months, 8 months, whatever it was. Always a friendly guy, always smiling. So rest in peace, a great guy. There's some horrible comments in the chat. So anyone is doing that, you're gonna get banned. Anyway, best Muay Thai ref they had, says Darkside. Yeah, let's celebrate him. Let's not make awful, horrific comments about someone who's died. So
Yeah,
let's go on, man. All right. Well, we also had some big news last week. On Friday, I think it was, of 2 positive drug tests. Broke the news for SCMP. Kairat, Akhmetov, Julie Mezabarba, both suspended, both failed drug tests, according to a source. And man, John, what was your reaction again to seeing that? It was
surprising, man. It was
yeah.
surprising that we actually got some results from the drug testing, right? We saw Steve Buscemi put out his results, right? But besides that, not many other people are even talking about the drug testing that's going on. But Akhmetov, man, that's a huge blow to him, right? He's the one who was like in the cage with Demetrius Johnson. That's like the biggest fight that you want as a flyweight or whatever bantamweight. You know what I mean? Like is that fight still happening because it's out of competition, which is only 10 days after the fight, which is weird. I didn't know that they tested fighters 10 days after fights.
Yeah, I think the big issue for me, or not even issue, but the interesting thing I should say is finding out that Kairat failed a test 10 days after the fight, as you said. I did not know that One Championship tested out of competition. I thought it was all in competition, which, to be honest, is not a good system because anyone who's smart will cycle off whatever they're on for the time they're going to fight, and then it's an intelligence test. That's basically it. So this is very interesting. The fact that they've gone and got a positive test from Kairat 10 days after the fight. So many questions, John, come to my mind. Like, are they testing everyone after the fights? Are they targeting certain people? I want to find out more. I'm hopefully going to find out more, but that is the thing, isn't it? The out of competition, because Julie Mezabarba failed in competition for multiple banned substances, which
she looked pretty ripped thoh. Like during that fight, I think we were talking about that as well when we were watching.
I was there. She looked jacked the whole week. I was like, impressive physique, but I don't want to say anything that can land me in trouble. But you failed in competition test. Yeah, I don't know what else you can say, but Kairat didn't fail.
What did they fail? What did they get caught with?
I don't know the substances. I do not know the substances. But Julie had multiple banned substances, and Kairat had one banned substance. So
Oh, so that's not clear though. Like we need to know exactly what that banned substance is. You know what I mean? It could be a range of things.
It
We
could
have no
be.
idea.
It could be. I've spoken to Reese McLaren, who Kairat beat in Denver, and he doesn't want to really do an interview right now because he doesn't want to upset anyone. But we've seen him what he said on social media. He's very upset. I'm sure you've seen it, John, as well.
Yeah. Why would he upset anybody? That doesn't make any sense. Like he should
Reese,
be upset.
he's just a nice guy. He
I know, but still, like he should be upset. He should be thinking
he is
like, yo,
upset. He should be upset. Yeah.
you know, like you should feel how upset I am about this, right? Like you know what I mean? Like I understand exactly what he's saying. It's just weird how it's like 10 days after the fight. That's just so weird. Like how that happened like that. You know,
Yeah.
I wonder what it is.
I wonder. I'm gonna try and find out. I've been asking questions to follow up. But the fact is, Kairat Akhmetov is suspended for 6 months. Julie Mezabarba is suspended for 18 months, but she's already gone. She's been released from one championship and has fought twice since and won both fights. Make of that what you will.
Yeah.
But
So she's like juiced to the gills still, and I
I'm not
don't know
gonna say
where she's
anything.
fighting now, but yeah, they're probably not testing anybody.
I'm not sure.
Maybe this was something that was like a surprise for everybody. Who knows, man? This out of competition testing, because Kairat's, I believe he's in Kazakhstan. I don't know. There's one championship sending people. And who's in charge of the drug testing? Do you have somebody that you know that is like you could directly ask questions to?
I don't know. All I know is that Mikey Musumeci posted whatever his results,
Mm-hmm.
and the name on that letter was Dr. Warren Wang, who is the guy you see on stage for the
Hydration.
weigh-ins in the hydration tests. Yes, and so I don't know if he's the one conducting tests or testing the samples. Hopefully, we can get some more answers.
Maybe we could talk to him and ask him.
I've been interested in talking to him for a while. I asked him actually if he wants to go, and he said, I think he said yes, but just clear it with whoever needs to clear with. So yeah, I'm sure we can try. But get some comments here. Dark Side says Kairat is such a disappointment. I want more details though. Why he got busted after and not during. Yes. Oh, my dog is here. What's up, Billy? This is it. That's the big question, isn't it? In competition tests, we've never heard of this. I mean, one only brought in this new drug testing partner in August, I think it was, for the start of the Prime Video cards, which have now become Fight Night. So it's all pretty new. But I knew back then they sent a memo to every fighter saying you are now going to be subject to testing at competition. So I guess during fight week. And here is a list of banned substances. Have they sent, John, a list of banned substances or like a list of instructions to all their fighters saying you are now subject to out of competition tests? That is the question.
I don't think so. It'd be very simple. We just have to start asking fighters if they've received anything, especially a list of the banned substance. I believe they're using WADA list, right? So you probably just go check it out with the WADA list.
They're using the WADA list, but they're not using WADA, I think.
Accredited labs, basically, right?
Yeah, they're doing their own drug tests themselves.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure WADA is a hefty penny as well if you got them on board doing something. But yeah, it's a lot of money that you spend. But does your organization really need it? You know?
That's
Do they
it. A
really
lot of people
need?
say that. Yeah.
Do you even need that? If you're gonna spend that extra money so you could, catch people.
Well, what I'll say is, since one has started the Prime Video partnership, they have, I think, increased transparency. You have the weigh-ins now public, to an extent. Like we can go and film them as media, and they put them on YouTube. They have signed a new drug testing partner, and they've busted. I think this is the 4 people now have failed drug tests, and they've made it public knowledge. So I feel there's a effort to move towards more transparency as part of the Amazon Prime deal, and maybe it's part of ongoing talks with Amazon to expand into US. It might be some kind of, this is me speculating, just to be sure. Maybe Amazon say, all right, well, yeah, we would like you to do this, do that. I'm just speculating again. That's my thought. Transparency. What are you smoking, Nick? Says Kent Hamlin. I don't know. What am I smoking? I have nothing to smoke, Kent. I wish I did right now. No, I don't. Just kidding. We're a PG show here. WMAC Now says one has a terrible habit of leaving you with more questions than answers. When UFC hired USADA, everything was out in the open to both the fighters and the public. A good point from Chuck. What do you think, John? Do you think USADA and UFC are fully above board and there's no smoke and mirrors?
There's a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. I think it's a joke, USADA and UFC. It's a joke, man. We've seen them break the rules in the past and just do it, you know. No penalties. Look Brock Lesnar when he fought Mark Hunt. Look what they did. They can't do that, but they did it. And USADA allowed it. You know? It's and one person that would most likely be on steroids out of anybody in the whole league, in the history of the league, Brock Lesnar is probably up there on top of the list of users, right? But yeah, man, I don't think the USADA and the UFC have done like a tremendous job or anything like that. I think they've done a decent job, but it's not like, you know, there's still some kind of, like you said, smoking mirrors, man. There's something there that, you know, you don't see out in the public, but sometimes you can figure it out on your own. With one, we don't even know who's running it. Like we saw the name, we know who that guy is, but we don't know exactly, like, you know, can we go up to him and ask him questions? Can we get all the information from him? I think that's what we need to figure out, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. So I think as an organization, yeah, we, one can maybe answer some of those questions. I think it's a positive. It's a huge positive if they're doing out of competition testing. This is what they needed to do. You know, they need the people who are turning up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, wherever you are. You have to fill out a form saying where you are. That's how you catch people, right? That is, if they want to do that's a positive for me. Anyway, Dark Side saying, I wish Reese would do an interview and call out Kairat. Kairat has been trying to act like nothing happened, hoping it goes away. Kairat should lose his win pin. It should go to Reese. Yeah, Kairat has. I've seen a couple of things Kairat's team or, denying it. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because Kairat Akhmetov, brilliant fighter. How would you approach this, John, if you're him? Would you deny? Would you just hope it goes away? Or, sorry to ask you the tough questions, put you on the spot, but
if you're Kairat and you took something and, you know, there's nothing that you can say to like get out of it, you know, just come out and be upfront about it. Do the TJ Dillashaw, you know, just come out and say, yeah, man, I did it and I'm sorry, you know, and move on from it. But I think, you know, giving the win to Reese, I don't know, because it had, like, the thing is, like, the fight already happened, right? Mm-hmm. And then after the fight, that's when he gets busted. So that's the tricky thing right there. It's not like they caught him on the night of the fight. It's just 10 days after that fight. So I see the argument that Reese has, but then in reality, I think with the rules, Kairat won that fight.
Yeah, the problem Reese has is Kairat tested positive 10 days after the fight. He did not test positive after the fight, like the night of, or the day of, or during the week. The rules are, and I understand Reese's frustration. I've tried to get him to do an interview, but we'll see. Hopefully, we can get him to do one, but it's a tough spot for him, isn't it? Put some comments up here. Grant Sanders, my guy Grant. You gonna be there on Friday, Grant, or next month? Good to see you last time. Grant says, I was really saddened to hear about Ref Palm. We greeted each other at Lumpini. Life is precious. Indeed. Good message, Grant. Thank you for tuning in again. A lot of comments here. Dark Side. I think they need it for Western expansion, but a lot of athletes want it too. They're talking about, out of competition testing. That's the key, isn't it, John? If they're going to be doing multiple shows in America, you'd think if they want to do, commissions outside of Colorado, let's say, do you need drug testing? Do you need this
Nah,
and that?
I don't think so. I don't
Well, you
think
could
drug
pick
testing
certain
really.
conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, because like PFL, they don't do any drug testing. The athletic commissions, they do it during fight week. PFL, they're on the major network, ESPN. You know, they I don't think I don't think yeah, it's just that's how it is, man. So there's a Chacha comment.
Uh-oh. Duncan Crandall. Chatri is the funniest man. He talks about honor, yet his people failed drug tests.
Well, it's
Yeah,
his
I
people.
think what
He doesn't control that.
yeah, this is referring to a comment Chatri made many years ago, I think, where he said, our fighters don't take drugs because, martial artists are all about honor and stuff. So, it's one of those things that he said a long time ago, which is brought up every now and then to. Yeah, but we all
Well,
said things back in the
he's
day, which.
saying that's what he wanted, right? It's not like
Yeah.
that's what he had. You know what I mean? That's what he wanted. Of course, in a beautiful world, right? In your beautiful world, that's how it would be, but it's far from the truth, man. PDs and PDs is just going to be a part of sports forever, right? And the PDs are only getting better, right? Eventually, you're going to have PDs where you could like just take limbs off and put different limbs on. It's going to be crazy.
All right. Well, the other big topic, I guess, news-wise, yes, Duncan. How about his John DiBella comment that is
Well,
not honor? Yes. So let me try and find it. I think it's on Beyond Kick. I mean, I was in the room when Chachi was saying this, but I don't speak Thai or understand it. So I heard the name Jonathan DiBella, and I didn't really listen to what he said, but I think it's just surfaced recently this last couple of days or today actually. Yeah, Chaudhary seemingly took a shot at Jonathan DiBella. I don't know if this translation is 100% correct. You have to bear that in mind because no one who's this is a week after it's happened, so I don't think anyone who's written this article was in the room, so they've probably gotten it from another source or whatever. They've translated it from media. I'm just saying I don't know if it's word for word correct, but this is the quotes about Jonathan DiBella. He doesn't want to defend his title. We want to book a rematch with Zhang Peimian, but he knows that after 4 rounds he lost. Lost easily in the 5th round. He fluked and head kicked Zhang. We might strip him of the title.
what? Damn, Chachi's going hard at his fighters now, man. Like he's not holding back. Like look what he said. He said he fluked and head kicked. We might
Well,
strip. What?
this is the quote. I'm just stressing.
I know. Like
I
I
didn't
don't know
hear
if
Chatri say
that
this
quote sounds
or
weird.
what. Yeah. But, I don't think John DiBella fluked that because I think pretty much all of his knockouts have been, head kicks with that left leg. And John DiBella is a very nice guy. Really nice dude. I asked him for comment on this and he didn't want to actually comment. He just wanted to move on. John DiBella did give a statement to Beyond Kick. You can see here. Well, there you go. It's
Oh, he's complaining too.
Yeah.
Since I won my title, I haven't heard from one. No congratulations, no next fight news. I have asked to fight on May 5th card in Colorado against Zhang or Daniel Williams since he called me out. I won't reply. I wonder what's going on behind the scenes with this this
Well,
situation.
I know that they've offered him a date. He came on the podcast, maybe a couple months ago and said he got offered a fight date. It looked like the Zhang Pamian rematch was on. So I just hope they can patch this up and do this and make it work. Get it on, get everyone on the right path because John DiBella is an amazing, amazing kickboxer, amazing fighter. He's the man, a very nice dude. My dog is back here. Yeah, I just hope it's one of those situations they can patch up. He's a very nice guy, a very good fighter. I when you need a title fight to fill out a card, maybe in June, July, August, let's get this one going. This Jang against John DeBella rematch is there, isn't it? It's we use cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna give you cookies beyond kick because I like you guys. Uh, there it is. It was a great fight, but to say that John was, fluking the win, and I don't agree with that. It was a very, very close fight of the year for me in many regards. Uh, John DeBella, great guy. I hope they can patch this one up, John. You don't like to see it, do you?
No, you don't like to see your kids fighting. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, is it or does it John DeBella have a fight already booked outside of one?
I don't know. I saw he was
Like he was
doing
doing
something in
boxing or
boxing
something?
in Montreal. So
Yeah.
Duncan Crandall, question of translation. Are you free on it? Just accept. He said. Well, Duncan, you weren't there in the room. I was. You have to question translation when websites who weren't in the room report on things that they were not there for. A case in point, Beyond Kick did a translation of Chatri's Facebook Q&A or whatever you call it live at the fight night 11 in midweek, and I texted Chatri for clarification on a few things, and he said the translation was slightly wrong. This is what I said. He wasn't rewriting the truth. He was just saying they this and that. So yes, question translation. As a journalist, yes, you do. You cannot just trust another website translating something from a week ago that they weren't in the room for. You have to be careful with that legally. It was Beyond Kicking there, very accurate tie. Yes, I believe them. That's why I'm putting them on the screen, and I love those guys. But I'm just saying you have to be careful. If you weren't in the room, were you there and you heard what you said? That's all I'm saying. So you believe everything that she says, says PJ Mans. No, I don't. I will give him if he's said something and it's translated by someone else, I will ask him, is that the translation you meant? And he may then say something different. But I will have both things to look at. I appreciate you saying that though. That is a fair point. John DeBella is all right. Elite no good for one. Yes, says PJ. A lot of people like John DeBella and think he's very good. I think he's very good. Grant Sanders says, I'll be in Bangkok for Fight Night 13 on August 5. We'll be there too, Grant. Hopefully we see you. I don't remember Chatri said that at the interview, says Power Pickle. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. We have to be careful about translations of things. Dark Side, I can't speak about Chatri no more. Too much disappointing BS. JDB is our friend. Yeah, we do like JDB on the show, so tough situation. I hope they can figure it out. DeBella's fighting a local promotion in July in Montreal. When I heard that news, I thought maybe he'd been dropped from one or he quit or something, says Jackson Muay Thai. Yeah, I kind of asked John about that as well, but he didn't answer. So I have no idea what's going on there. But John, as a promoter, we see it with Dana, we see it with other promoters, Scott Coker. Like you have to protect your promotion. Is that right? Would you be honest if someone asked you about John DiBella, and what would you say? I'm putting you on the spot here again, but do you protect your promotion first? Do you say,
Well, of course you protect your promotion first because you're the president or whatever, Yeah, president of the promotion or CEO or whatever you are. I mean, you are the face. So, I mean, you got to do it. Don't you think?
I think so, and it's naive to think that you wouldn't put your promotion's interest first.
But you got to be
Yeah,
careful of what you say,
yeah,
though, right?
yeah.
You
I
got to be
agree.
careful because you got to. The thing about the media and people in that type of position, you could give an outlet an interview, right? And then they're gonna write articles about like what you say, so you could say whatever you want, and that gets out in the media as some kind of truth, right? And Dana White has gotten really good at that, like manipulating the media to get like things in the headlines that he wants. You know what I mean? By saying certain things. And Chatri's kind of doing that as well a little bit nowadays. He's kind of creating, I don't want to say controversy, but he's creating headlines with some of the things he's saying. And I think we're going to see more of it. We're going to see more of Chatri being more. It's kind of like he's more transparent with what he thinks about what's happening, right? Because usually they would just keep quiet, right? They would give these PC responses one championship would, but now you got Chatri just saying like pretty much what is the truth in his eyes.
Yeah, I think he says stuff to create a bit of fire, a bit of controversy, some drama, and I think maybe in the case of John DiBella, it's sort of an attempt to challenge him to rise up and take this challenge. He sees that, but these are human beings at the end of the day, and if John DiBella doesn't want to take this fight or this or that, or we don't know the negotiations, what's going on, what money's being paid, what dates are being offered. We can only speculate. Yeah, I see what Chatri's doing when he says these things like that. I see it. It's you've got to protect your promotion. I see why John DeBella is unhappy. You've got to protect yourself as a fighter. I see why his family would be happy. Angelo DeBella, his dad, the coaches. I see why people look after their own interests. Everyone's got to protect number one. As media, we can only look on and say, I hope they can come to a mutual agreement because I think he's a great fighter and I want to see him still in one championship. Trashing your own product so funny, says Alan Shawzio. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough line. Sometimes we see Dana do it a lot. I think a lot of people are saying this, Dana that. Like, you're sort of maybe criticizing someone in the hope that Dana said the same thing about Francis, didn't he? But he said the same thing about John Jones when John Jones didn't want to fight Francis Ngannou, and now he says the same thing about Francis Ngannou. He doesn't want to fight John Jones, this and that. But anyway, I'm a DiBella fan, says Grant. I hope he stays at one. He's a great talent. Yes, echoing what I say. I love it. I want to see him there. What's the holdup from one on official announcement for Stamp versus Ham? Asks Chuck. I'm tempted to travel for it. Oh, coming out to Thailand. That'd be a long way for you, sir. Official word, no official word. I think it's finally been signed. I don't know. Can't say officially, but it is going to happen. Just which month is the question. So don't book a travel. Don't book a plane ticket yet. That's all I'll say. But
I
maybe
I heard
maybe
that they're
keep your eye.
both in camp, so
Yeah. So make of that what you will. But
yeah.
I would hold off on an official plane ticket purchase. Petrosian versus Tichachai will never happen now, says Tristan. DiBella is overrated, says PJ Mans. Chat tree is an amazing salesman, says Alan. Okay. What about the one Friday fights then? That's the other reason we're here. Let's preview this show, John. We
All
have
right.
another 25 minutes or so. So you and I are both going to fly in on Friday,
Yes,
which
sir.
can be fun. Anyone seen Arjan Bula in Thailand? That's what I'm saying.
No.
I've had
He
a
should
few
be there
people
by
asking
now.
me. He should be, but he's not very big on social media. I'll say that. But is there any danger this fight could fall through again for the fourth time or whatever it is? I hope not. But if it does, John, there are plenty of other fights to carry this card, aren't there?
Yeah. This, there's some good fights, man. Good names.
You got Prajanchai Same
Yeah.
interim strawweight Muay Thai title in the main event.
Super
It was clarified to me that Arjan Anatoly is only in the slot it is because it will be prime time in India.
yeah.
So that's why it is sort of fifth from the top, whatever it is.
Surichai.
But look at this Super Lek against Nabil Elene Flight Muay Thai. Super Lek coming to Muay Thai. We also got Muay Thai Nico Carrillo is going to be a huge fight. Big prospect Nico Carrillo. Sexan against Nathan Benden. Sexan's always interesting. Arjan Bula Anatoly, as we said. Sitichai, Eddie Abasolo, Rambalek. A lot of names on this card, John. Tong Poon, my man. Looking for a fourth win at one Lumpini. Van Rong, who just lost to Online Denver, is fighting Shamil Erdogan, who has I'm told, a wrestling win or something over Anatoly Malakin from whenever. A lot of interesting stuff, John.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most?
Of course, the heavyweight title fight, but I'm looking forward to seeing like Super Lek in Muay Thai, and then of course the strawweight title fight. That's gonna be wonderful.
I can't wait. Kent
Yes, it's gonna be
Hamlin.
wonderful.
One Friday fights. Are you guys going to lie about the attendance like you did last week?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did we lie about the attendance?
No, I just said it was full. It was entirely full.
Yeah, we
Literally,
never. We don't even know what the attendance is. I don't
Yeah.
think. I have no idea. But
But
it was
yeah,
it was
it
filled,
was,
man. It was filled in there. You walk in there, it's filled. Like
yeah.
it's not
I'm
like
sorry,
it,
Kent, to hurt your feelings. It's not empty. As sad as that must be for you to hear. Sorry, it was full. They got the wrong picture of Nico, says Vegan Crane. Not me, I'm not fighting. Thank God. Arjan Bula, he is there, says Darkside. I hope he's there. New guy says Tong Poon's a future star. Yeah, I hear they're quite high on Tong Poon. I think if he gets another win here, especially a spectacular knockout, he may get a contract with one championship. I'm hoping that kid knocks out Super Lek to shake up the division, says Anonymous. Yeah, Nabil, he's a pretty tall guy, I think. Much bigger than Super Lek, and it's not an easy fight. It's not a gimme for Super Lek. Interesting stuff. Arjun seems determined, says new guy. Your interview with him has me convinced this fight is more competitive than others believe. I said the same thing, new guy. I said Arjun kind of talked me into thinking that it's not as simple as we all think. Kent Hamlin, I like how you two Muppets can convince a group of people this is a good card. All right. It's a very good card, Kent. I don't know about you, but this is a really good card if you like combat sports. If you don't like it, I feel sad for you because I don't know what you think is a good card. This is a very good card for free television. You've got the one championship flyweight kickboxing champion Super Lek on it. You've got two former strawweight Muay Thai champions, Prajanchai and Same, rematching each other. You've got two heavyweight MMA championships, champions fighting each other to unify the titles. You've got the Elbow Zombie Muay Thai fighting one of the biggest prospects in the sport, Nico Carrillo. You got Sitichai fighting a prospect. You got Rambolek, a huge prospect there. I don't know what to say. If you don't like it, Kent, just I feel bad for you. What do you like, Kent? Tell us what is a good card for you. Why is Superlit getting so many matches? Asks Angelo Gomez. Well, he's one of the big stars now, and he's an incredibly talented fighter who's probably, I think, if he did fight, Rodtang would beat him. Probably why he's getting matches. He's incredibly talented, good guy. Superlick is always a riot when he's got a willing dance partner, and Nathan Bendon is that, says Michael Owens, who is very knowledgeable about his stuff. So listen to Michael. City Chai looking sharp. Best camp we've done since pre-COVID, says Tristan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing City Chai. It's been a while. Alan, it's a trash card which I will watch on a pirate ship. Says, okay. Enjoy, man. That sounds like a good time, actually. It's a bad card. Nobody cares. Kent again. I like star power, not weird names that no one cares for.
Nobody cares, but he's in here listening to us talk about it.
Yeah. It's free
And
on
what did he say?
It's
Not
free on
weird
YouTube.
names.
Yeah. It's free on YouTube, Alan. Exactly. Like what's the worst that could happen? You could watch it for free and enjoy it. You're not paying $90 US. You know, you're paying nothing. I think there is this one guy who keeps making multiple accounts and keeps coming back here. I'm so sure of it, says Dark Side. Yeah, maybe we're getting spammed by a certain person.
Who cares?
Yeah. Anyway. This might be the guy who tried to
you know what's the craziest, and it's just like the most mindless and the most just pathetic thing that someone can do is someone can just sit there at home and create multiple accounts so they could go chat on live streams. And I don't, to me it's just like, seriously, if that's what you're doing with your life, man, you are living in hell, basically.
I'm also debating essentially a fake person, so I feel even worse. But I'm just trying to point out that this is a very fun card, and if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. But I think the people who watch this show and who regularly watch One Championship are gonna enjoy this card, John. It's gonna be, I think it's a better card than most of the fight nights this year. I'm going to say it's better than the April fight night, better than the June one, and better than the March one. You know, I think January was pretty good and February, but this is a very stacked card. It's you're getting it for free essentially in certain parts of the world. You don't have to pay for anything. You should enjoy it, right?
Oh, yes, you should, man. Like you said, it's free, and you're gonna see some serious violence on that card. That, like, some of the Muay Thai matchups are just crazy. Even though, everybody is a name that you've never heard of, right? Until you hear about them, right, Nick? Like Conor McGregor. Yeah. Nobody knew who he was until you heard about him, and then it started to spread, right? That's how everything starts. People talk about, oh, look at this card with no names on it and all that. It's like, just because you don't know the names doesn't mean that they're not really, really good, right? They're not excellent, fighters. You know what I mean? Like,
no, this is great. But look, Alan, you don't even have to pirate this card, man. It's on YouTube.
No.
Just
I think he's obsessed with being a pirate. He's probably sitting at home with a pirate outfit on.
Yeah, I think so.
Like in front of his computer, with it. Like,
just wants to fight Chatri by.
He's got a fake parrot on his shoulder.
He doesn't want to give Chatri the YouTube revenue of his click, which should be like $0.1 or whatever. Well, I'm not even going to watch. Like, I'm not watching this stream, says Kent. Well, you're watching it, man. You
I love
commentating.
how Kent got some like random picture of somebody online. It looks like a company picture, you know, like when you take pictures for the company website. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know, and he thinks like,
Kent
oh
Hamlin.
yes, Kent Hamlet. That sounds like a damn Anchorman. Sounds like a guy on Anchorman, like a character on. Yeah, you know, like Anchorman has the funny names, right?
I've done
Yeah.
pop out chat, so I'm not even watching the stream. All right, man.
What is he
We
talking?
appreciate it anyway. Kent. If that is your
Kent,
real name.
Kent Hamlin with the weather.
Kent Hamlin. um well,
Shit.
what else did we have to chat about? I'm not sure there is much else. Yeah.
What did we talk about?
We were just catching up
We,
on the
we
news.
talked about the drug test.
Yeah.
We talked about um, DiBella. We talked about the drug test DiBella. We talked about Friday Fight card coming up. Um, what else was happening in the world of one championship? Was there any like fight announcements? I think there was.
Uh I heard a few things, but nothing official, but can look on the website. I think all systems go for Friday, John. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
We won't be at the face-offs, everyone, but we will have some footage. I think we're getting one of our little spies on the ground to maybe take a little phone footage at the face-offs to put on our socials. But no, nothing else official. It's all the eggs are in the basket for Friday. I'll be touching down. I think 1 o'clock. When are you getting there, John? On Friday? Oh yeah,
Um,
Pet Gigi
Probably
versus
like
Lara, says
two
Tristan.
something. Oh yeah,
This
that's
one has
right.
been added to
Fight
I
night, right?
think June. I want to say
15,
June, might be July.
July
That's a
15th.
good fight. So they call her the Queen. She's the one. I think
A lot of hype.
Lara Fernandez is being maybe offered up as a sacrificial lamb here. That's what a lot of people are thinking, man.
As bait.
I think Pet Gigi, they have high hopes for her. I think she's coming in pretty hot from Friday fights from Lumpini.
Mm-hmm.
She could be a future champion. That's what it's saying. I don't know. Have you caught her fights, John? Have you seen anything? You heard anything? I've just seen a few knockouts on online, but
Yeah, I just been hearing things about her, and I'm gonna be watching this fight for sure. We'll be there, so I'll be watching this fight very very closely to see how she stacks up against Lara. Lara's a pretty good test.
Lara's a pretty good test. Let's call up JDB, interview him real quick. Come on. I asked Darkside asked JDB if he wanted to chat, but I think he wants to. You know, it's tough. It's tough for him. Tough spot. Um, Regardless of what happens on the next one fight card, my opinion will not change. Says Kent. Stick to your guns, Kent.
Ken Hamlin
Kent
with
Hamlin.
the sports.
Michael Owens. Have you looked into Petchi's backstory? She was known as the girl who fights boys because about 70 of her first 100 fights were against lads, says Michael. I didn't know that. Did she win
Michael
them?
Owens with
He's a monster.
trivia.
Any updates on Mexon? Ask Anonymous. Seems
Yes,
like
Mexon is stuck in contract limbo or purgatory, basically, right?
Yeah, I don't think Mexon's coming back anytime soon, from what I hear. Pet Gijo is gonna maybe take those opportunities. Yeah,
Yeah, she will, guaranteed.
she's fought men, bro. Scary, says Tristan. There you go. Lara is no joke, though, says Power Pickle. So there you go. Could be a good fight. It's a low effort card, says Kent, and it's going to be bad, even if I don't watch it. Michael says, then she was forced to fight full grown women as a teenager and she won a legit world title at 14. All right, so she is a beast.
Yeah, but I always wonder, like them fighting at that age, is that good for them when they're in their 20s? It's like did they peak too early as a teenager? You know what I mean? Like that's something that I'm really interested in, with fighting, especially with these Muay Thai fighters, because they've been fighting since they were in elementary school. And that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, man. Training and fighting, especially if some of these fighters have like 200 fights. Amber Kitchen, some Amber Kitchen talk.
Kitchen is washed. She's been washed.
She's 24 years old. What are you talking about?
Well, Alan, do you guys use AI to write your stories? Because most of them are not real or any good.
What is he talking about? AI is real.
You're not real, Alan. But what is real is you've been banned.
Yeah.
Another one. I'm enjoying this. Pet Gigi pieced up Rod Tang's wife a few years ago, says Tristan. That's Ida looks like Condine. Yeah, from what I've seen, she's a monster. Any update on one's open weight Muay Thai Grand Prix? I suppose I think it's gonna happen, man. I just think it's off. It's kind of been pushed.
Mm-hmm.
They're hoping no one talks about it. So
yeah.
The
only place to talk about it is here.
Yeah, the only place to talk about it is here. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen. Honestly, at the time it seemed fanciful. I don't think it's gonna happen. Is Kitchen done with one after her fourth loss in a row? Asked Jackson Muay Thai. I don't think she's done with one. I mean, yeah, that seemed like
that was a close fight.
It was close.
The one that she just had. So she's only 24, man. I think if she still wants to fight, it doesn't hurt to have her on the roster, especially with the age.
Yeah, she seems to have a good social following as well. So I know that one likes that. People who can cause buzz to watch their fights. So
yeah,
I think they'll keep her around. From what I know, I don't know though. Who knows? Has Chatri the Ring Girls? Has Chatri ever opened up why the Ring Girls longer exist? They do exist, Angelo. Like they're still alive.
Yeah, no one killed them.
No one killed them. No, I think it was a different era.
We should do an expose and interview all the Ring Girls that no longer work for One Championship.
Yeah,
and get the real story, the real story, real journalism.
But Ken Hamlin's gonna beat us to that.
Yes,
Ken Hamlin.
I'll do all the reenactments with the Ring Girls, if they need reenactments.
The only good card this year was Denver, says Kent. It was a good card.
Oh my god!
I thought January was a good card. February. Yeah, March was disappointing. A couple of main events fell off and stuff. Will one increase their prime cards? Asked Percy.
I think next year they're gonna have a lot more shows. To be honest, I think next year is gonna be This year they're just kind of like testing the waters with Amazon, right? And then showing Amazon like this is feasible. And maybe once they do that, then they're gonna come back with like multiple shows a month. 2 shows a month. They need to have at least 2 shows a month. You're gonna compete, right?
Yeah, I think it's really good you have this card this week because it feels like an extra big card, right? And I think what one needs to do is have like 2 big cards a month, bang bang, every 2 weeks. Like forget about Friday fights. Like that's the regional thing. I think the model is going to be 1 show in America, 1 in Asia prime time, both sides of the world. If they can get the money to do it, that's the word forward. All right. Well, John, why don't we leave it there? Because not much else to talk about. Where can people find you? At Korean John _.
At Korean John _ is the tag. You can find me there, and we'll be in Bangkok in a few days. This Friday, we'll be there. Check us out. We'll be putting up a lot of content from that night. So be there or be square.
Yeah. Come check it out. Much to the chagrin of, I can't remember the guy's name we blocked. But
Kent Hamlin.
No, we didn't block Kent. Kent, I got love for Kent, but there was someone who said it's a terrible card. That person will not enjoy the card, but we will. Hopefully, you will enjoy the card, and we will have some post-fight interviews with everyone
Mm.
from the winners' circle. Is Arjan Bullar gonna shock the world and retain his heavyweight title? That's the big question. I don't know.
That is.
Yeah. Man, a lot of people trying to use this as a therapy session for one, says Dark Side. I don't know what their beef or disappointment is, man. We do not care. That's my point exactly. A lot of commenters here just talking smack. We try and have a good time here and enjoy talking about one championship with people who like one championship. So if you don't like it, again, as I always say, just stop watching. If you want to comment negative things, that's fine. If you go over the line, we'll block you. Blocked a couple of people tonight. Always feels good, John, when you hit that timeout button or whatever it is, right?
Like they're a little kid.
Yeah.
You're in timeout.
You're in timeout. But anyway, yeah, please check back on Friday night or Saturday morning. I don't know when it will be exactly. We'll have plenty of content from one Friday Fights 22, June 23rd, Lumpini Stadium.
For
John,
us,
good to
it's
see you
Friday
again.
night. For the
Yeah.
people in North America, it's Friday morning. So us Friday night, then Friday morning.
So if you're at work, just hit YouTube up wherever you are.
That's
Watch
right.
the show. All right.
Yes.
Andrew Hunt. Breaking. Bullar's out. Malakin will fight John DiBella for the strike kickboxing title. Oh, man. Oh, Kent. I just said having a different opinion is not bad. You can have a different opinion, man. We love you, Kent Hamlin. You're my new favorite commenter. The VIP of this podcast. You're allowed to express a different opinion. Kent, I hope you watch the show. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, tell me about it next week. Next Wednesday, we'll be here, same time. You can tell me why you hated this show and why it was so bad. Or hopefully you enjoyed it. Because I'm going to enjoy it, John. It's a big card. I think it's going to be a great show. We will see everyone next week. We'll see you on Friday. Grant Sanders, you going to be there? You better fly in again, Grant. Come on. Let's do it. I'm flying in. John's flying in. We're all going to be there. All right. We'll see you all again next time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one, everyone.